Ever wonder if everything you know about dogs is totally wrong? Some say when a dog leans against you, it's always a sign of love. But is it really? Others believe taking away food mid-meal stops food aggression. That one sounds smart, but it's actually not. And what about that guilty look your dog gives after making a mess? Yeah, not what you think either. So, in this video, we're busting some of the biggest dog myths you've probably fallen for. Now, let's start with a myth that has been around forever. Dogs only see in black and white. You've probably heard this one before. But guess what? It's totally wrong. Dogs do see color, just not the way humans do. According to research from the University of California, dogs have dichromatic vision, meaning they mainly see shades of blue and yellow. They don't see red and green like we do, but their world isn't just black and white. Think of it like a slightly dull Instagram filter, not an old-school black and white movie. This means those red toys you bought? They probably look brownish to your dog. But that blue ball? Super vibrant in their eyes? So, next time you pick a toy, go for blue or yellow, it'll stand out more to your pup. Another myth people love to believe is that when a dog leans on you, it's always a sign of affection. It sounds sweet, right? Your dog leans on you, so it must mean they love you. Well, not always. Sometimes it's just them seeking comfort, feeling anxious, or even trying to claim you as their own. Think of it as their way of saying, "This human belongs to me." If your dog leans on you often, especially in new or crowded places, they might be looking for security. But if they're confident and relaxed, yeah, that lean could be pure love. So, while it's nice to feel like your dog adores you, don't assume every lean is a love hug. It might just be their way of coping with the world. Then there's this classic myth. Every dog is a natural-born swimmer. Nope. Just because some dogs love water doesn't mean they all do. Breeds like Labrador Retrievers and Newfoundlands are built for swimming, with webbed paws and water-resistant coats. But then you have dogs like bulldogs and pugs, who sink faster than a rock. Their short legs and stocky bodies make swimming a serious struggle. Even some long-legged breeds don't love the water. If you want your dog to swim, start slow, use a life jacket, and never assume they'll just figure it out. Otherwise, you might end up with a very wet and very unhappy pup. Another popular myth to tackle: shaving your dog will keep them cool in hot weather. It makes sense, right? Less fur, less heat? Nope. According to the American Kennel Club, AKC, a dog's coat actually helps regulate their temperature. Double-coated breeds, like Huskies and Golden Retrievers, have a special undercoat that keeps them cool in summer and warm in winter. Shaving them removes this natural insulation, making them more vulnerable to heat and even sunburn. Instead of shaving, brush them regularly to remove loose fur. And if it's super hot, provide shade, plenty of water, and maybe a kiddie pool for some splash time. Your dog will thank you, without the weird buzz cut. Now let's talk about a myth that could actually do more harm than good. Taking away your dog's food will teach them not to be aggressive. This sounds logical, but it's completely wrong. Imagine someone constantly snatching your plate away while you eat. You'd probably get defensive, right? Well, dogs feel the same way. Taking away their food actually makes them more anxious and more likely to guard it. If you want to prevent food aggression, teach them that people near their food isn't a bad thing. Toss treats into their bowl while they eat, so they associate humans with good stuff. Letting them eat in peace is the best way to avoid creating food aggression in the first place. Next, many people think all dogs love belly rubs and hugs, but that's not true. Sure, some dogs enjoy cuddles, but others, not so much. Every dog has their own personality, and some just don't like being touched too much. Hugs, for example, can actually make many dogs uncomfortable because they feel trapped. You might think it's sweet, but your dog might be tolerating it at best. Instead of assuming, watch their body language. If their ears go back or they stiffen up, they're not enjoying it. Respect their space, and they'll trust you more. And if your dog does love cuddles, lucky you, soak up those snuggles. Another myth that worries many dog owners: neutering will ruin your dog's personality. Nope, not true. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, neutering doesn't change a dog's core personality. It can, however, reduce unwanted behaviors like excessive marking, roaming, and even aggression in some cases. Your dog won't suddenly become lazy or lose their spark. They'll still be the same lovable pup, just without the urge to escape and find a mate. Plus, neutering has health benefits, like lowering the risk of certain cancers. So, if you're on the fence about it, know that your dog's personality will stay just as goofy, playful, and loving as ever. And finally, let's bust the classic guilty dog myth. You come home to a mess, and your dog gives you the look. You assume they know they messed up. But here's the truth, they don't. Studies from Barnard College found that what we see as guilties actually just a dog responding to your tone and body language. They're not feeling bad about their actions. They're reacting to you being upset. Dogs live in the moment. If you scold them for something they did hours ago, they won't connect the punishment to the crime. Instead of guilt, they're just trying to avoid getting in trouble. So, next time your dog looks guilty, remember it's just their way of saying, "Please don't be mad at me." Now you know the truth about these dog myths, so you can understand your pup better. But there's something even weirder you need to know: why your dog licks you like you're their personal lollipop. So, watch our next video to learn what it really means when your dog licks you. Because sometimes it's not about love, it's about something way stranger.